Yeah, we're getting better every time with these intros.
Speak for yourself.
It looks like you survived the Titan lock.
Yeah, and actually, that fella didn't die.
He didn't die in that whole battle.
And well, on a Saturday, it was for the first part of the day. We do a big parade thing, get all the Titans out, take loads of photographs, and have a look at each other's work and chat about ourselves. And then we get get a game going afterwards. So we only get about two turns playing, but we to sort of make it easier for people, I suppose. Like if you lose a Titan in the first turn, you can regen it, like recycle it into the second turn.
Oh, okay.
So, me and my team of Titan Princeps down the end of the war zone, we took the left flank basically.
Okay.
And we done quite well. We eliminated. Well, my mana pool itself took out 3 Titans in the first turn, which is quite good going. But then they recycled back onto that table. So whereas I was not in the greatest of sort of positions after the first turn, and a couple of my Titans were sort of damaged, and I lost. My mate had his Titan blown up, but he recycled, and I had one of my little guys blown up. He was picked on by a big nasty warlord, so he recycled him. But they come on from the board edge, so they're far further back. And then I basically got 3 Titans just turn up right in front of where my Iracundus was standing, and he's not going to survive being mauled by 3 Titans, and he didn't. So, but we done what we wanted to do, I suppose. Tactically, we had a plan, but we didn't take into account the recycling.
Yeah, because when they recycle, if they're coming in on their table edge and you've moved forward, they would really, they'd be right there.
Yeah. So, it was a bit, because we cleared our edge, and our plan was there was myself in my mana pool. There was another mana pool next to us by my friend Ollie, and then another mana pool led by my mate Pete. And Pete was basically surging forward to cause trouble.
Yeah.
Ollie was holding back and doing support sort of fire, and I was advancing. And the plan was, the plan I came up with and said, we're going to surge across. You do your bit over there as a distraction to draw forces away. Ollie does his, support work, and then once we clear enough of the enemy down this end, we can swing around and then start coming up the board on their side. But obviously, when you're recycling Titans, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't sweep through because you got to fight them again. Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad he didn't manage to get to a 3rd turn, because then we would have been at a disadvantage, because I lost a Titan in the 2nd turn, so he wouldn't have been able to be recycled. So, but I got my kills.
Hey, DD606, thanks for making it. How many people played in that event?
Oh, bloody hell. I think there must have been about 25, 30 people.
Okay, and where was it at? You said like a hall?
It was in a hotel conference hall, basically. Okay. So the map we have is 52 feet by 16 feet across.
Okay.
And that took up most of the room.
Yeah, so for sure. That's
space. Yeah, a little bit of space either side and down the ends. So when you've got a lot of Titans in there, it takes up a lot of room. So it was a bit of a squeeze at time, having to squeeze past people.
Yeah.
Downside of it. But it was
So there was a lot of good. I think yeah, it was probably you who took. There was a really cool picture. You had like over like between the shoulder blades of this Titan.
Yeah, that
That was
me.
a
Yeah.
cool shot.
Yeah, there's been so many photographs like on the Instagram for the Titans Owners Club. They've been basically going through all the pictures that have been submitted in like the WhatsApp chat and all that, and they've been posting up. They've had like a good few days of content there, shifting them out, and imagine that he's been on the ball. Getting that out and displaying all the awesome. Because there was really nice painted Titans there as well.
That's what I say. I seen a couple because you were obviously snapping some pictures, and I saw a couple other people who are posting mostly on Twitter. I do have to go check the Instagram, but I saw like a lot of good stuff coming out of Twitter. So, did everyone keep track of like how many Titans died at the event?
Yes, they're basically. There's a big sort of flip chart set up. So when you kill, like obviously you shout out engine kill because you have to.
Yeah.
And then you go over and you write down who you are, what Titan you was using, who you killed and their Titan, and you can. There's a little a chart at the end saying was there any sort of anything funny or special about how they died, sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And I wrote my first one up, and then my friend Ben, who was in my mana pool, because we only had the one Titan, and so I said, right, well, you join me, so you can come down, be part of the fun and all that,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there, and at least you can sort of participate, and you'll be in safety in numbers, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But my first kill, which was by the Warhound Donna Magna, who killed another Warhound called Incessant Rain, who was my friend Martin's. And Ben wrote on there afterwards that how was it special is that I shot him in the balls with a plasma blast gun. So that's canon now. But there was a whole list. So everyone was going up to the chart, writing down who they killed to keep track. But what I was also doing, which I brought with me, was my kill banner.
Wow! Wait, I gotta zoom in on this. Hang on, real quick. How do I do this? And we're gonna go here and there and there. That thing is massive. That's cool.
Yeah. So this normally lives in the just above where I do all my hobby painting. But you've got. They were selling all the kill pins basically. They bought a load of.
Yeah, that is great.
So gold represents anything of a warlord class.
Okay.
So I've got 3 of them. So there's a gold one there because I thought I could go symmetrical, but I thought no, I'll keep it as low. Silver represents everything else, unfortunately. So that's Warriors, Reavers, and Titans, and Warriors. So and 10 of these belong to one of my Titans.
Really?
My ace, which is Tacit Venatrix, which is another Warhound. So it's one of the smaller ones.
That one, a Warhound has the most, so he's in there and just pops
she's
some people. I gotcha.
And she's basically blown the crap out of she's killed. I think she's killed 2 warlords, 4 reavers, and actually I think 5 reavers now. And a warbringer and a couple of other hounds. So there's about 10 kills she's got in total. But if you notice on your picture you've got there, if you look down, it's the same kill banner.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So whereas that's to represent the mana pool. What my friend Matt, who done these, that's actually paper printed out on paper. So I've
Yeah.
rolled it up and put it out onto the actual thing. So yeah, it just ties it all together
Yeah,
nicely.
that like honestly, that's one of the my favorite type of things about like the Titans is you get away with the big flags and you mark all the kills and like yeah, that stuff is really cool to me. Hang on, it's Toffee Troll. First off, thanks for making it. DD606 had to pop back on to see how far you got on this picture. Great job as always. It's getting there. I'm just finishing up. I think after this I gotta finish up Mantic probably tonight. I think I should be about done, but I keep staring at them and then adding little things and then wanting to add more stuff and then so I go through this whole and I'm like, all right, does anything bother me or am I just at a point where I lose all objectivity? So I'm finishing that up. That's why I didn't have a big free day today. I didn't, I was like, I'll just finish up some stuff. And wait, let me see. What else did someone say right here?
Toffee at the
Toffee
free hand.
Troll. Oh yeah, Warhammer Plus today, and I have to say, love it. Good to know. I did not sign up yet. I probably will. I just didn't. Like not easy to find, and I was like, you know what? I'll wait till everyone's trying to download at once and sign in and all that, and I'll try it out in probably a couple days, and
I
then.
I was having a hard time as well. I spent because I signed up today earlier on,
Okay.
and like there wasn't no direct link to it.
Yeah.
What I found out was that you sign into your My Warhammer account and
Okay.
you look under services, and where you have like Games Workshop and your sort of Forge Roll account, sort of thing,
Yeah.
that is a link to sign up for Warhammer Plus, and you just
Okay.
follow it and then do it. Although there has been problems where some people haven't been able to choose what model they want as their gift,
Yeah. Yeah.
but apparently something's going to. They put out a post later on saying something will appear on there after a few hours
Yeah.
after it's confirmed. So,
And that's what
so
because I knew they were like, hey, we're showing it a few days ago when they were kind of like previewing it. They they had like the article on Warhammer community did something. They're like, hey, check it out here, and then you click the link and it takes you somewhere else. And then you click there and it takes you to get the app, like the old app. I forget what the other app was called, but the one where I think you get the rules or something.
oh yeah,
And then it takes you there, but then I was like looking and there was not one mention of Warhammer TV Plus just because it wasn't like ready there. So I was like, all right, I'll wait on this one for a day or two. So it's good that
yeah,
I guess a lot of people were able to at least sign up and that. So hopefully they work any bugs out.
yeah. And if you sign up before the end of the month, um, you will get obviously as long as you continue your subscription.
Yeah.
So because with the model, you don't get that unless you're sort of subscribing for a
Yeah,
year.
you gotta stay a year or whatever. Yeah.
Uh, so if you do the whole year thing, you might get it sooner rather than later, but they won't give it out until you've
Yeah.
done a year's worth, sort of thing. However, if you do sign up, as I said, before the end of the month, you will be given a £10 Games Workshop voucher
Oh
to
wow.
your. So, but they won't get it until October.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
just a little extra sweetener, basically. But yeah, I watched the master classes today
Oh, you
by
did.
Lord. Yeah, so they were quite interesting, and I thought, oh yeah, I had ideas of how to do things, but the way she goes through it is really good, and like it's easy to take on board, sort of thing. So
Gotcha.
uh,
Gotcha.
just you see it happening as she does it, sort of thing, and then she does like with you, you'll see like an end result after she does something offline. You'll see when she's finished off the model, sort of thing. But yeah, that was good. What's the cartoons that are on there? So you've got three from Hammer and Bolter, which are like
Okay.
three little they're like little views into the 40k universe.
Yeah, I can dig it.
That. So they were quite good, and then I watched Angels of Death, which is the Blood Angels
Okay.
one, which was done in like the Frank Miller style, so it's black and white, but then you have their
Oh,
armor.
that's kind of cool. I
Red.
dig the stylized version.
Yeah, so,
I didn't see the full. I saw some of the preview type. I mean, the not really even the preview, but like some still shots, like or whatever. So I didn't get to watch that animation yet.
so it was Richard Boyton who done the not Armageddon. Oh no, it was Armageddon. Hell's Reach. That was it. He done the
Yeah.
cartoon of Hell's Reach, and that's what he was working on with Games Workshop animation.
Wait.
So
So Toffee Troll is gonna kit bash that war boss. I could see taking that war boss for you. And then DD606 says Warhammer Plus with a voucher and model is like the cost of 2 Domino's pizzas. I can afford not to eat. Yeah, and that's how I'm getting. I'm like, man, I do like that sniper model, even though I like the orc and probably have bigger fans of the orcs. That sniper model is just something a little special about it.
well,
So,
yeah, that's the thing. I've got a Vindicar Satin already,
yeah,
and it's like, well, yeah, it's a it's a Vindicar in a bird's nest.
yeah,
I see it, and yeah, it's a bit big for a model.
yeah.
Yeah, so I am contemplating even just getting the orc just because I have the orc. You know, it's I don't know. I haven't decided, and I haven't got the link yet to choose, so I haven't been able to choose that yet. So I'll have a think on that.
Yeah. What was the third cartoon?
What on Hammer and Bolter?
Oh, yeah, yeah. You said there was 3. Okay, yeah.
There was 3. Yeah, there was basically the first one's talking about an inquisitor who keeps on getting the Emperor's Tarot. The same cards are coming out, and he's determined to find somebody to do the tarot and have a different result, because the result is he's going to die, and he's trying to avoid. The second one is about some sort of they're like ecclesiarchy bookkeepers,
Yeah.
and this like librarian that they work in, and what happens there, which I'm mention. And the third one is the one they had a sneak preview on Saturday, which is Old Bale Eye, Commissar. Not Garrick.
Yarrick?
Yarrick. I'm sorry, Yarrick. Yeah, about him, which is actually quite funny. It's an orc telling 2 young orcs about Old Bale Eye.
Oh, all right.
He's like telling the story to those young'uns in their
Yeah.
Mockney accents. They sound like they're from down south.
And you must have been able to play, what, did you play like that? You were on like a Saturday. Would you get a good like half day in at least?
Yeah, I would say we finished playing about 6. So as I said, two turns, and you've got 91, 92 Titans plus Knights involved. We were lucky to get that. Apparently, it went a little bit better the next day, but yeah, it was at the end of it. It was a total Imperial victory in both days. It was closer on.
Yeah, okay.
Saturday was much closer, only 20 points between. So it was 101 points versus 121 points, I think. And then the Sunday was something like 200 points to just over 100 points. So yeah, it was brutal. But unfortunately, I wasn't there for the second one, so which is quite a bit of a pain, because normally I do the write-ups for like the story.
Oh yeah.
So I did a little for my mana pool. I'd done a little thing for them in the one of the groups I'm admin on, which is the Legio Ignitum group. So just basically put up some pictures of the Legio Ignitum engines
Yeah.
there, and wrote up a little thing of what I did on the Saturday, basically, just so people had some idea what was going on.
Yep.
So normally from there, I would try and write it up a little bit more, like informational sort of, data slate report, battle report type thing.
Yep.
But yeah, because I wasn't there on a Sunday, I have no idea what happened.
Okay, and as far as you know, is this the biggest kind of Titan event? I've never have you seen anyone have more Titans together?
There was somebody was saying, I think the largest 40k game was something like 150,000 points, apparently. If we done these in like 40k points or heresy points or whatever, the amount of Titans and Knights there was 313,000.
Okay. See,
So
I'm not involved with this, so I can say biggest Titan event in the world, whatever. It's the biggest
yeah,
Titan event in the world.
yeah, I think it definitely is the biggest. Adepticon normally had like some sort of like Titan event, but nowhere near as many Titans as the Titans
That's
only
what I
stuff.
thought. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't even I'm not even big on events, but just the fact of something like that. It is it's a piece of the game, and it's the biggest one of that kind. That's just, and to see them, I was just tripped out by all of them. You had some pictures wow. Especially there was a couple the whole battle line. I'm like, that's got to be some intense, some good laughs and whatever on this just to see it. That's a lot of artwork and a lot of amazing, because the people who do all these, they all care about them, so it's always these awesome models. You know what I mean? I didn't see any anything janky or half painted. It was all beautiful stuff.
Yeah, no, there was some exceptionally painted Titans down there. There was actually two there that had only been sort of finished by about a week.
Yeah.
Two guys, one on Instagram called Killer Red,
Okay.
and the other guy whose name's John Ball, he basically built and painted his Ignitum Titan in about a week and a half. So
Wow.
it's doable, because obviously I didn't take long. I took about the same sort of time to do this one,
Yeah.
and my friend Lydon, who has he wasn't able to make this walk, but he's got some really nicely painted Legio Furians, the Tiger's Eyes, Traitors Legion. He's got some really nice work, and he's in about a week as well. So if you're motivated and you've got sort of the impetus to do it, you can
Yeah.
do amazing stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. Yeah, it's such is life. if you if you apply yourself and have the ability and everything else, you can get a lot
Yeah.
done.
There's a next week, end of next week, is Greetings from the Warp. It's a sort of a gaming event in the Midlands. It's like a 3-day gaming event, and they've got the Cult of Paint, who are like a group that they do instructional sort of tutorial days and stuff like that.
I've heard that name. I don't know much about it. I know I've heard that name.
They have their own sort of brushes and stuff now, so
Okay.
quite a big deal. But they're in conjunction with this Cretans from the Warp event, which is 3rd, 4th, and 5th of September. The Titan Owners Club are only there on the 4th, on the Saturday, but they will be going at it as they would do anywhere, really. So apparently there's quite a few Titans turn up there, and those sort of events, because we done another convention last year before COVID struck,
Yeah.
on the south coast called Beachhead, which is again like a big gaming altogether. So it's not just 40K; it's all gaming systems and stuff.
Gotcha.
And they were given a part of the place to actually do like a demo, basically just to have a game and people can come over and
Yeah.
look. And that we actually won an award sort of thing for like best display or something like that.
Clayton, thanks for making it. Clayton, he says, I feel like I heard their name with airbrushing. I
Yeah,
can't.
they're own airbrush as well, I think.
Yeah, because I was wondering. I know I've heard it this last year a few times, and I didn't even. So that's interesting.
Hmm. But yeah, he's yeah, there's a couple of guys, and they've been around for a few years, and they set up these sort of teaching days. So you book up, and like in certain areas across the UK, and you attend their sort of demonstration days, and you part of the ticket, like you buy like a tank or something like that. I might be getting confused with another one, because there was another guy, Matt, someone. Which I can't remember his surname, but he used to be a Games Workshop studio painter,
Okay.
and he left. He started doing these painting weekend things,
Okay.
uh, where you would go to and you would buy, basically as part of the ticket, you would buy like a Rhino tank, and you'd build it, and then you would paint it there, and he would show you the techniques of how to paint it and what to do, and like to get all this like pre-shading and all that sort of stuff. Um, but yeah, it's lots of people done quite well out of that. It's
Good.
Griffo.
Hey, anyone listening, if you are, before you head out, hit that like button if you enjoy it. And Griffo, thanks for stopping by. This Griffo kept us company when you were gone last Wednesday. Or no, this was Sunday. Yeah. Griffo was
Because
on Sunday. I get they all blend together now.
no, I say because my kids were away, so that's why I was off last Wednesday because they
Yeah.
were going to Thursday, and they didn't come back till the Monday. So Sunday I was off. That's why, like, when I was having like dinner and that, I thought, oh, I'll just
You know, is
jump in.
you happen to post you once in a while you post some nature pictures, and you posted a couple. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but there was
Today.
one, and it was a field. It was like a very far perspective shot. You saw the trees and everything. I should almost pull it up, but it was so cool because I thought, man, what's the size of a Titan there? Like I put like a Titan behind that tree line, and I was like, dude, that would be like the most messed up thing, is if it's just this tree line, you see that field. If you saw a Titan actually there, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you gonna do with that thing? Yeah.
Like those trees are probably going to be, I'd say, between 8 to 10 meters
Yeah.
high from that perspective.
Yep.
That Warlord Titan there, its
Yep.
resting height, so when it's not moving, when it's
Yep.
basically like sitting back on its haunches, is 33 meters.
Okay, so it's like over. It's like three times those trees, four times those trees. So
Yeah,
that would
and
be.
basically its shins covered by bush.
Yeah.
The trees.
Oh
So,
man, and I just like I was visualizing that because it was such like a clear picture and everything. Like, wow, what if you like literally saw it to something that size coming over that tree line? You'd be like, you better,
yeah.
you can't even run far enough.
Well, that's the thing. It's like in the lore and stuff about Titans, is that like they seem to be like slow and ponderous.
Yeah.
What you've got to take into account is that the gait on that thing, that is stride,
Oh yeah, yeah.
is
It's
quite fast. So one stride is like you trying to do like 100 meters sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. It's taking a huge. If it's that tall,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like.
So it gains distance that way. But yeah, it's they're big old buggers. I think was it warlords are yeah, their resting height, as I said, they're 33 meters high.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about 100 feet in imperial.
Clayton's working on surprise projects. He's working on a secret porphyr. How do you pronounce that? What is that? Secret.
Imperial.
And what is that? What model?
That's the what. what most people call murder turtles. They're
Okay. Okay.
a big dumpy knight which has like 4 cannons on the
Oh, I
side.
think I've seen that one.
They're the one Rob's one that's going through the water that you painted up. That's a variant of a Porphyrion. That's the
Okay.
Arius, which is the Mechanicum version, which has 4 conversion beaters. The Porphyrion is the Imperial version, which has 4 massive like las cannons on there, which is an anti-Titan knight,
Yeah.
uh, and that's what people don't like about them because they're very good at killing Titans.
This
In
show
18,
is so much fun when someone knows what they're talking about.
if it's
It's
Knight and
that big
Titan,
orb knight. That's what he said. Yeah, it's that big orb knight.
yeah, it's something that Erus would convert into an orc get bash, given the chance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he would. He'd make some cool orc stuff. Oh
Yes,
man,
it's,
I gotta. I forgot. I have the power. I have the power. Where is it? Yeah.
there's plenty of that going on the war.
I love
Um,
that sound.
there was another 2 other people that had Bluetooth speakers put into their Titans.
Oh yeah.
However, however,
I
I was still the loudest.
That's so cool. They have Bluetooth speakers. That's good stuff. Cracks me up. That's like,
So yeah, they were like doing war horns, and I was
Mhm.
sitting there doing war horns and playing random
Yeah, I mean
music.
the size of those things. I was looking at them at the table. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just like insanity.
Toffee Troll asking what type. Porphyrion.
Oh
The
no,
big,
coffee. He just read your post about the orc conversion. I think.
yeah, but he does like to send me pictures of converted knights into orc.
Yeah.
But the yeah, so I was basically playing music. On I think it was on Instagram. My friend Heresy Junkie on Instagram,
Okay.
Benjamin Green. He wanted to do a video of his Titan with mine, whilst I was playing AC/DC's Back in Black. So I did that. Then he wanted one to show to his son. They wanted me to play the theme tune to Paw Patrol. So I obliged, as you would. What are children?
Clayton said I made a sound for that for my warlord. Shifted a little bit, put it through some filters for the sonic weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, I've also got an app on my iPhone where I've got special
Oh yeah.
effects. I was actually doing like laser shots and machine gun sounds.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to fire my Vulcan Mega Bolter and go, brrr. What it's all about.
Did everyone like show up on a what did they do? Did they like show up on a Saturday? Did they set it up a day beforehand or what?
They did. Matt Wingrove, who's like the head guy of the Titans Owners Club, his other half, Lauren, and a couple of the other guys turned up on the Friday, and they got access to the room. So they basically started because the hotel was near to where Matt lives, and most of the scenery lives in Matt's sort of garage
Yeah.
and loft. So he was him and Lauren were going back and forth, dropping stuff off, and then they set it up on the Friday night. A few others turned up Friday, like because they coming down from all over the place. So they thought they'd stay over in the hotel,
Yeah.
get a start, and then go from there, sort of thing. Stay the weekend. So there was a fair few people there to help out, and they all had a drink in the bar and stuff.
Yeah, because I was saying that's like a serious undertaking for.
Yeah, so it's one of the reasons why, because these are held in Milton Keynes, which is probably around about 50, 60 miles outside of London.
Okay.
because it's where Matt lives, and I say he's got all the stuff, and
Yeah.
he's a kid. So
No, it totally makes sense. You got to do all that. You got to have it closer by, hopefully, to help you
yeah,
out.
but we have had talks with guys up at Warhammer World about doing a walk up there, and Baz, who runs the gaming hall up there, Baz Morrison. He's a huge Titan head and Knight head, and he just loves to have us sort of go up there one day. And we've chatted to him before about maybe doing a Titan walk at Warhammer World, which
Hmm.
seems appropriate, really. As soon as
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
um, but at the moment, obviously, until things get
Oh
better on the
yeah, we're still COVID and all that good stuff.
yeah. So, but yeah, we would love to do that and go up to Warhammer World and do a proper Titan walk there. Obviously, it takes up a lot of room, so
Yeah.
it's finding, and it's also finding a place because the mat we use is it's a material gaming mat,
Yep.
so it has to be on a nice level surface. And
Yeah.
in the gaming hall, it's like flagstone tiles. I think they're all rough and all that.
Yeah. So don't sit right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, it could be a bit dangerous, especially when you've got sort of a model that's like £1,300 worth of Titan.
Oh yeah. Just stub your side of your foot just a little bit.
Mm. We're saying that I've kicked that over.
You've kicked this over.
Yeah, I was taking my first photographs of it,
Oh.
and I had it on the floor, and I put it up. I had to take a phone call. I've gone and taken said phone call, and then as I've come back round, I've literally just walked straight into this and punted it um,
Oh.
a few feet and done some damage to it. So I had to repair its legs. I chipped off some of the bits and the plates and some other delicate bits on weapons and stuff. Um, I was screaming it internally for about an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was quite horrifying. But I've noticed that there's still bits that I've realised that I'd broken off and I never found the bits again. So uh,
Wow.
yeah, but that was just like I was just standing there. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. That'd be like for
Um,
sure. It's like an epic amount of work, and then you kick it.
yeah, I did.
Respect your toys, Lee. Respect your toys.
I know. Normally, I'm quite anal in that
Yeah.
respect, but yeah, I just minding my own business on the phone, and then toonk.
Dude, I was realizing I got to talk to a few friends I haven't seen in a while, and I got to talk to them, and then I, like, I'm trying to realize, like, did I misremember some my childhood gaming experiences? So, like, I broke out this one box of old stuff, and I was like, oh, it had some BattleTech, I had City Tech stuff in there, and I had Marvel had a role playing game, and it was TSR, and I was like, oh, what I remember, I was like, I remember waiting for this, and I was like, okay, yeah, I had plenty of comics before then because I knew all the characters, and I was like, oh, this would be cool, create a character, and I don't know if I thought it was maybe like, I don't know, like late '80s. I would almost swear it was late '80s, but that thing came out in like '84 or something. I was looking, I was like, this is '84 that was out. I'm like, oh my god. So then I'm like, that puts me, I don't even know, like around like 10 or so. And I'm like, gosh, so I started like years earlier of like D&D. So, and I was like, yeah, that's right. Because I think I must have been around like 7 or something when I think I'm pretty sure it was like 7 when I first saw Dungeons and Dragons, I think. And I think that was probably right the same time around comic books when I was getting into them. Like, because I was exposed before, and then afterwards when I really got into them, it was around that same time. I was like the Secret Wars like really pulled me in. I had bought sporadically, but then Secret Wars, and then I noticed I think Secret Wars and that Marvel role playing game came out pretty close to each other. So I'm like, man, I am getting old now. Like I forget when I was doing stuff. It's like that was that long ago. 84, the Marvel role playing game. Wow.
The first I ever heard of Dungeons and Dragons was from the cartoon series they had when they started showing it on digital
Really? Are
TV
you
over
serious?
here.
Really? That's interesting.
So that was, I think that was around about 85, 86 when that came
Huh,
onto TV.
yeah.
Always a couple of years after, like the US and that.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I heard of Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't know it was a game. So I just heard. Also, I just thought it was like you go to a fun fair, end up going to a mystical world where some
Oh,
small.
that's interesting. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. And then yeah, D&D was came out in America, so that
It
would
was open,
affect.
but I wasn't. I wasn't part of the sort of role play
Yeah.
crew.
You weren't
That
cool. You
was
weren't
much
cool
later.
in your youth, dude.
I was doing 40K, which I started again probably around. I knew of 40K because I just go to a local toy shop and I see these like little metal figures. I thought,
Mm-hmm.
oh, interesting. And then eventually, as I got older, I think it was the time of Rogue Trader when that came out, and you
Yeah.
had little kits of the 30 Space Marines and
Mm-hmm.
the two Rhinos and that.
See that? Yeah, that's when. So I had metal ones. And that's why I talked to my friend too. I'm like, when was it? Like, did we start with the 40K? And he's like, yeah, I, we started playing heavy. We played some before. Like, there was a. I remember like a. There was a couple different things. There was like before second edition, I went to a Gen Con and played, and they had the weird rules where you had an overlay map of like the vehicle when you rolled to hit, and it was like show you where it would hit on the vehicle, and that was part of it. And
Very
so like,
horrible way to hurt you.
what was that?
Point on the doll where the horrible laser
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah, totally. And so that was there, and then I was like, because I I was exposed to like the models and stuff to 40K before playing the game, and then played Rogue Trader a little bit, and then the second edition or whatever came out.
Yeah, I was into the models first. It was that Space Hulk, Space Marine, and Codex Titanicus was all part of the same sort of thing. I
Yeah.
got them, so I wasn't playing games. I was literally just buying models and
Yep.
painting them really badly. Um, I started collecting Eldar, and I went with BL Tan, which um, they had lots more of the aspect warriors, and I like that idea. Lots of
Yep.
aspect warriors and not so many guardians. So that was my first full army, was an Eldar army.
Okay.
Uh, but then I think I must have been about 19, 18, 19, and then I got into live role play.
Okay.
So going around fields dressed up as warriors and
Yeah.
knights and going around on quests run by friends in a forest somewhere.
Oh,
Um,
see, I've never done anything like that.
yeah. Oh no, it's great because I've been to big events over here. There was like several big events. One of them was called the Gathering, which is the only one I ever went to. I went to two, um, and I played a dark elf or drow as part of the drow faction of the Tarantulas. And the one I went to, we were the largest faction. There was like 900 people as drow.
Wow.
Um, and the really cool thing about it is like it was done over a long weekend. It was a 4-day event. So you have 3 days of interactions, skirmishing, and all that sort of stuff, politicking or whatever. And then on the Monday, you have a massive battle between all the factions are split, and then you fight, sort of thing. And when we were marching to war, we were told that the way the drow march to war is in total silence.
Yeah.
So you've got a column of about 3, 4 people wide,
Yeah.
And it must have been a good quarter of a mile long.
Yeah.
Like 900 people marching, and basically we're being held all these people that pretend to be like Scottish or anything like the Celts and all that, hurling abuse at us, and we didn't bat an eyelid. We did not react. We just marched in total silence to the battlefield. We all formed up and everything. And as the head war master of the lead house at this event, which was House Gerashen, and he was basically, giving this speech and all that, and I got really sort of pepped up by it. I was like really going, yeah, like that. We started marching along, and I was just focused ahead of me. And as I'm getting nearer to like the enemy lines, it was like, you had the scene of Braveheart when you had the line.
Yeah.
As I'm getting towards it, I've looked to my right and realised there was like 2 other people there. Everybody else has stopped, and I thought, bollocks. I'm in the middle of no man's land with all these very angry looking Celts looking at me, and so I thought, right, okay, how to get out of this gracefully? So I just basically just hurled some abuse at them, and then just turned my back on them, and then walked back calmly, thinking, I hope they don't charge. I hope they don't charge. I hope they don't charge. And then as I've got towards where the rest of the drow were, who had formed up a shield wall, I just walked through the shield wall, and then went.
Gosh, that's crazy. That many people on a big event like that.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. And you did have these different factions going against each other, but then within the factions there might have been groups that you'd been speaking to on the previous days and had non-aggression treaties with. So there was certain groups we'd recognise their colours or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all right, we're not to attack them. If they attack us, they break the treaty, we attack. But we do not attack them, sort of thing. So you always kept an eye out of those people that you've had these arrangements with.
Yeah.
Kind of made it a little bit easier to focus on killing the right people. But yeah, it was just mental. So most of the time you spent drinking and fighting, which is
the
perfect.
truth comes out. Everyone's just getting liquored up and running around the field.
It was amazing. There was on the Saturday there was this incident where because I assume you know about Drow society being matriarchal.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, and the typical. Yeah.
So Karen, who was our matron mother, and her boyfriend Simon, who was the sort of the patriarch of the group, she needed to go to the toilet. So they had these toilet areas, like toilet porta potties or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's gone over there with a couple of people, and so it was sort of out of character to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
But they were attacked by some Celts, and everyone was in their tent in our camp, sort of thing, because all the drow were all camped in one area in our faction, and we've just heard the matron mother's been attacked. Matron mother's been attacked, and I've stood up and I've looked around. It was like meerkats. All these heads started going pop, 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 something, and I've seen my matron mother legging it down this hill with her betrothed next to her, and basically he was like, "Call to arms!" and everyone surged out the camp up towards where the toilets were, and I think about 30 or 50 of us got up there quite quickly. So basically, people who were already dressed. So we got up there, and there was a gang of say 10 youngsters. Really, they were proper kids, sort of thing. But where the toilets were, it was right next door to the Celts faction. And that soon changed as all the Celts started coming out, and we had a pitched battle for about 3 hours because they'd attacked somebody out of character. It all kicked off. So that was fun.
When, like, how long ago was that?
Oh, that was almost 30 years ago. It was
Okay.
1994. But that was in my prime as a swordsman. I was lethal.
That was
I was lethal. I was.
that
I was,
makes that makes
like,
the show
I was
so worth it. I don't know if anyone else enjoys it, but moments like that just make the show so worth it. We got to
it was
zoom
like
in your camera a little bit for his prime as a swordsman.
it was a legendary swordsman. I was thinking about Doc Holliday for a second. Yeah, I'm in my prime.
Oh, oh, that's what I wanted to say. And I had been getting this wrong forever, and I saw this. Okay, you know the movie Tombstone?
Oh yes, I live it.
Okay, you know where Doc Holliday says, "I'm your Huckleberry."
Hmm.
It's not Huckleberry, which I always thought it was. It's Huckle Bearer. The huckle is the part on your casket where the people carry it. And if you re-listen to that thing close, you'll hear him say bearer. He doesn't say berry. And I was like, oh my God, it took me that long to figure. And I was like, yeah, like what's the point of saying I'm your huckleberry or whatever? But I'm your hucklebearer. And when you hear him say it, it's like, oh, he is saying hucklebearer. So I
Oh,
learned something in my old age.
no, no, that is crazy. I say I absolutely love that film because I'm a big Kurt Russell fan, and I
Me
love Val
too.
Kilmer.
Me too. He was one of my favorites.
And I watched a thing about because that there was major problems with making that film, so much that he actually took over directing it.
Oh
Um,
wow.
because the guy who was in charge of it, it weren't working out, and they fell out, and basically the guy left or was fired,
Yeah.
and he took over because it was such an important project to Kurt Russell. He's gone, I'll do it. I'll direct this, and so he
Yeah.
took over, and he got rid of a lot of scenes with him in it because then he can't show himself to be, you know, I'm directing it. I'm going to make this all about me.
Yeah.
So he got rid of a load of stuff that he was involved with.
It's
But
probably why it's a better movie because it did engage a lot of the other characters.
yeah, but it's that the scene that always I absolutely adore. So not just the Johnny Ringo confrontation in
Yeah.
the casino, but it's the one before when um, Wyatt goes into there and gets rid of the bullying card dealer who's Billy Bob
Oh
Thornton.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He smacks him up and all that. So, boy,
Yeah, he
you know,
smacks him a
all
few
those
times. What are you gonna do, boy? Yeah.
you're going to go to bleed or whatever. So
Yeah,
he
you
goes,
gotta stand there and bleed. Yeah.
those smoke wagons and go to work. And he's like, all right. And then as they go out on the street and the guy's coming along with a shotgun, and then Doc Holliday goes, wow, why didn't you go in there with actually a shotgun? He's
Yeah.
like, Doc, you're here? And then they just have a conversation and completely forget about him. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I forgot about that scene. That is a
Oh,
good one.
oh, can we leave? But yeah,
Yeah.
Val Kilmer in that was like one of his
Oh,
best
that
roles.
he lost. I forget what they said. He lost the. I think they were up for best actor, and he won. This, I don't know who he lost to or whatever. But I was like, man, he should have got it. That was like his best role ever, in my opinion.
Oh, he was just fantastic in that. And as I say, when you've got like, was it Sam Elliott as well?
Yeah,
There's Virgil, and then Bill Paxton and
Bill. I love Bill. I miss Bill.
Power. No, it wasn't Powers Booth, was it? Was it? No, no, it was Powers
Bill
Booth.
Paxton.
Yeah, no, no. I'm talking about who's playing Clayton.
Oh,
Canton. It was
I
Powers
can't
Booth.
remember. I forget him, but yeah.
But the whole cast was amazing, and the story was amazing. And I absolutely loved that film. It's just such a great little
Yeah.
movie on there. Mechanical Frog.
Mechanical Frog, thanks for joining us. Everyone having a great day. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I just got to finish up that Mantic stuff, and I'm hoping to get it done either this evening or early morning. Got to see a few friends. I've managed to golf more, and I got in shape. My golf game's been good. I don't know. I assume the course has been easier. Like I've golfed a lot at this one same course because it was cheap. It was only like $18, but it's because it's a drive and it's kind of out in the country and like no one's really there. But the course is in real good shape, probably because it doesn't get like a ton of use. So it's been
Yeah,
a great place to go. It's like really relaxing in the morning. No one's in front of us, and I I can go during the week. Like I won't really go on the weekend, but a lot of times I'll try to go early, in the morning, and then get the golf game in, and then come back and work. And so, plus it's cooler and everything. But yeah, that's been. I wish I feel better. Like I sleep better. Everything you get that exercise. I'm like, dude, do not be lazy this winter. Like get some good. Like I have to trick myself into something. Like golf, I can go do it, and I'll be like, I don't feel like doing it. Like you'll have fun once you're out there chilling and whatever. So I'm
yeah.
gonna, if I can keep getting it cheap at this place, I'll probably golf a lot, like through the fall, and try to keep going for a while because I know it helps me get in shape, and then I get like lazy in the winter because I'll go walk the dog still or whatever, but then in dead of winter sometimes don't do that and you're just like chilling. So I gotta,
You got to do something to get some fresh air and stuff. It's
yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna game plan for something this winter because I keep getting in some better shape at least or try.
yeah, it was when you were saying about misheard sort of quotations and all that sort of thing. There was one. I'm a part of a group that's doing about aliens and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing in Aliens, which is misquoted a lot, is when they're pulling out of the atmosphere processor and they're trying to, Ripley's gone in to save them in the APC,
Yeah.
and they're pulling out, and like it's a lot of people say that Hicks is calling out, "Marines, we are leaving," sort of thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that.
What does
He
he
actually
say?
says Drake, we are leaving. So he's
Oh
calling
yeah.
Drake, who's got the smart gun, who's gunning the crap out of everything until he runs out of ammo, and then he just throws it off, pulls out a flamer, and goes to town on that.
Yeah.
There's on the various alien groups on Facebook. They've been going on about, oh yeah, no. There's been a big sort of like split about, no. He says Marines, we are leaving. No, that's what he says. And then it was like,
Yeah.
he says Drake, we are leaving. And somebody sent in a video of him meeting Michael Byrne at a convention and getting him to say the words.
Yeah. Uh,
Drake, we are leaving. And when I've watched it, I thought, oh my God, he does say, because I always thought it was Marines, we are leaving.
yeah. Because you're right. Because I've heard that quote a ton. Marines, we are leaving,
Yeah.
and so I
But,
was just wrong.
yeah.
See,
So
we're
it's just,
educating people. We're doing part of our job.
exactly.
Educating. So remember, it's not I'm your Huckleberry. It's I'm your Hucklebearer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm your Huckleberry.
And it's not Marines we are leaving. It's Drake we are leaving.
Drake. Because everybody loves Drake. Drake is badass. And it all goes to shit. He just goes to work. So the what's the? I'm trying to think of something else like the connection. Oh no, it was old Bill Paxton, isn't it? Bill Paxton's the only person who's been killed by an alien, a predator, and a
See,
terminator.
I feel like I missed because I'm so old. That was one of the first things I called out, like when it came out back in the day. You couldn't meme, you couldn't get internet prop points for saying anything witty. So I was like, hey, he's the Bill Paxton. He's the only one who got killed by the big three. And there's this other one which is so funny. There's an old Batman comic where Batman is slapping Robin's face, and they use it for all these memes, right?
Yeah,
And so long, I don't even know how many decades ago, I had found that comic, and like I don't even think I wasn't even 20 yet, so somewhere in my teens, and I cut that panel out, and we had it in a quote unquote art studio taped up. And so we were like, before there was even memes, and I was like, dude, they're all using it now. I'm like, I want my old man props because before there even was this whole internet thing, that thing was cut and stuck up for.
There was actually one of those old comics, one of like the real old ones. You know when they had the sound effects when they go like
Yeah,
pow.
pow, yeah.
There's one of them in one of the comics where like Batman's punching somebody and he goes wank.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Again, it's like with like British swear words and stuff. But there was always
you wanker.
like wanker because Ted Lasso.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they call me wanker. What does it mean? Somebody who's a great person. Right?
I love the one kid who's like, yeah, absolute legend, mate. Let's take a Aussie. I love that character.
Because there was it bollocks was another one.
Yeah.
Americans just didn't know what it meant or anything. So like it was like comedians over here doing material saying like, oh yeah, Americans don't know what bollocks means, and like we all go, really? Oh, we all know what bollocks means.
Yeah.
Just laughing
around. That's not like used here at all.
Yeah. But then again, like as we've discussed, I believe before, where we use over here swear words in multiple different fashions.
Yeah.
So we can even use swear words as a compliment. Oh, you're fucking great, you are. Or even as a greeting. It's not unheard of. Like when I was doing like role play after our sort of sessions, print streams and that sort of thing, I would go into the role play group and go, all right, you old wankers. And we use it for any occasion.
Yeah.
Birthdays, bar mitzvahs.
Anytime's the perfect time.
Anytime's the perfect time for that. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's how you address it, and like you say, the variations of like shit and fuck.
Yeah.
There's levels.
we never swore much in this show until this episode. We're like,
this one we've seriously gone PG-18.
Yeah, we pushed it.
What is it? No, what's it R over there? Your rating systems are weird as well. PG-13 and an R, which is restricted, I assume.
Yeah.
We just put ages next to ours. PG is
I put everything is for adult anyway. So when they ask you your whole thing, I say nothing to do with any like people.
Yeah.
I was like, I think no one should watch this. They're like, are you trying to have a show like we do nothing wrong, nothing whatever? And I'm like, I click the no one at all should ever watch this button.
This one's full of potty mouth.
Yeah. They would think like, what is he talking about? Like what? It's like absolutely nothing, but
I
play it safe. Don't listen to this for any reason.
I remember being at a meal with a girlfriend's family when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend had like 3 younger siblings, 2 younger brothers and a little sister. And the youngest brother just came out at the dinner table in a restaurant saying, "Dad, what's an erection?" And obviously, we were like, sort of like snickering. Or I was snickering.
Yeah.
And without missing a beat, his dad's gone, "It's a building, son."
Yeah.
Then we started laughing because he had this like his dessert was like this like Knickerbocker Glory type thing, and it was served in like a horn.
Yeah.
And it had a little bit sticking out the front, and because everyone was looking at it, he just put a napkin over it to hide its embarrassment. So yeah, it's very weird.
Are you live streaming this weekend?
Yes, back to normal after Titan killing. I've actually started building a Titan for the first time in weeks, it feels like.
Really?
Yeah. Again, it's just like, I'm just winding my time. I've been painting those Battletech models, haven't I?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I got to order. I think that enforcer with the dog. Oh, darn! Mal told me about that like a week ago, and I didn't order it, and it's back in stock. I gotta order that.
Is that a Necromunda model, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's there's a I think female enforcer with the dog, and I really like the combo of that, and I have to pick that one up. So you got that. You're back to normal. Got a new Titan on the way.
Yeah, it's just a Reaver. So, you know, the mainstay of the Titan forces. I don't know who I'm going to paint it up as, though. That's the problem. I'm at that level now where I know I've got to fill in gaps in certain legios to bulk them out and to.
You not to pressure you anything, but you should start doing your own chapter. You've earned your own Legio, dude. You can start building your mini one. Have a little side faction in there.
I know. I did start one.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you got a lot of. I mean, you have so many. I'm like, okay, you've left your mark on the hobby enough where you can have your own Legio and it adds some clout to it. That we just started, so. Are you still there? Or do we lose you?
I'm still here.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna see if it pops up. It might pop back up. Free paintover live stream. I don't think. Yeah, there we are. Huh. It gave us a little moment's respite. That's interesting to know. So, because last time it was cut off, I couldn't get back on. So that was interesting. It booted me. I was like, wait, that button's usually never red. And then I saw the thing pop up, and it was just like, okay, you could hit it and get back in. So good to know if that happens. We ain't gonna stay around much longer, but I don't like cutting everyone off. I'm still talking to people, darn it.
Well, especially when Mechanical Frogs was saying about he can never build paint enough BattleTech.
I haven't watched the last couple he put out, but he put out a video on BattleTech, and he's also done a couple streams playing the video game, which has me a little curious because I never looked at that video game, so I'm going to have to watch one of those streams to kind of see what it's about. And I was like, I found the paper counters and the stuff, but I didn't find my BattleTech books, and I know I got to have them kind of somewhere. So I think in the next couple days, I was like, well, I'll use that as some content in like tweets or something. Maybe put something on Instagram. I put something on Twitter, and it was funny. Of all people, Gav Thorpe gave it a little retweet. I laughed because it was the Marvel one about I found this like solo module, and part of the text was lighter and then printed over with red, and you had to use this red little like piece of clear plastic to put over it because it was a choose your own adventure, and that way it wouldn't give away what was going on.
Yeah, no, it's Gav's quite a good guy actually. He loves gaming as well, so he's not just
Yeah, no, you can tell.
He plays a lot of other games than like 40k and Warhammer and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, if something piques his interest, he's not shy to sort of put a like or that. It's a helpful chap like that.
It's a good egg. A good egg.
Yeah, we played AT together once at one of the Black Library, or the last Black Library weekend, actually, before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing alongside Gav when you're a little bit tipsy, that was an interesting game. It was amazing. We were blowing Titans up left, right, and centre, just not blowing the right Titan up.
Just happened to be ours.
Yeah. No, we were blowing ours up. We were lethal again. You know, we were in our prime. But yeah, we were blowing up buildings, we were blowing up Titans, but we forgot that the whole point was to kill one specific Titan.
Oh yeah.
They didn't forget.
Eye on the prize. So yeah, well, is this kind of a trend here? What's going on? You didn't do that one, and then this one, you didn't remember that the reinforcements are coming in your plan. What's going on there, Lee?
In my defence, it was a 4-way game, and they had 3 players on their side and 2 on ours. And
Is drinking affecting your generalmanship?
in that situation, yes, because that is the only game I've actually lost. Oh, I deny that because we killed like 3 Titans and a Porphyrion. Only killed one of ours, but it was the one that counted.
Yeah, the game just ended early. You didn't lose.
Yeah, yeah. If I had known, you know, like when you're slightly inebriated, you're not paying attention to what you should be paying attention to. That doesn't help. But, yes, but after that game, the next sort of couple of games I had, I was back to my lethality levels, and Timmy, shush.
Keeping an eye on you, keeping the bad folks away. The bad squirrels.
It's told off. It's told off. Go inside. Yeah, so I was back to my normal lethal self of killing things and winning. But alcohol.
I was always pretty good at games in general, but like you did not. I remember it from X-Wing, and I was like scarred forever because it was like to protect the convoy mission. Like, dude, you don't want me protecting your convoy, bro, because I'm gonna be out there wrecking shit, and I ain't gonna worry about your ass and your little convoy. So it was never like the protect the convoy wasn't my gig. If you wanted to assault, then I'm your man. But if you want protection, you just better keep on looking.
That was one of the things. It was when I was doing the Legio Walks event. It was the Sunday morning, and on the Sunday we were going to be playing the 2 biggest level games that day, and I wasn't feeling very up to it. And because the loyalists had been winning all the rounds prior, they sort of changed things to give the traitors a chance to get back into. And it was the loyalists had to defend a few objectives, and we had to deploy in a certain way, which was basically from the center point 12 inches out in a circle. That's a maximum radius. So we had to deploy in that, and also have these objectives placed within that area to hold from the enemy. So I thought, okay, we're set up in such a way. I thought, right, okay, this is quite good. And then I found out that the enemy could actually come on from any board edge. And they came on and my force wasn't heavy Titans. It was, I had 1 Warlord, and then I had 4 Warhounds and some Knights and stuff. However, I was up against a real heavy hitting Titan Maniple, which had 3 Warlords, and then had 4 Porphyrion, which were the real. This is before they were nerfed. So they were super lethal before they got nerfed, and then they're still lethal when nerfed. So I was up against that lot, and I just went. I got first turn, so I just went out on the assault basically and engaged everything I could. And Thomas Clark, who's like the lead writer for the rules of the event, and he's come over and he's looking at me, and he's like a puzzled look on his face, and he's going, "Shouldn't you be defending?" And I went, "Well, the best form of defense is a good offense." And I finished that game in record time, and like I finished the game in about an hour, which the game is set for 2.5 hours. They allow for it. So I then went around looking at everyone else's tables and like giving more support to my friends and stuff.
I'll show you how to get it done.
Yeah. It's like, what, you finished? You went, yeah. He goes, how? I'll get my ass kicked here. How are you finished? I said, well, I killed him. So I did get a very lucky attack on his Porphyrions, where my Warhounds, because they were squadroned, it means you get a +1 if you're targeting the same target. Okay. And I used maximal fire on my plasma blast gun.
Toffee, thanks for making it, and you have a good one. We're going to be ending soon anyway. Appreciate it.
And I got 4 hits, and then I rolled damage, and I rolled 3 6s and a 5. So when you add that to the strength of the weapon,
wow.
and that was 3 crits. So it was 3 instant kills, and 2 damage on the last remaining one. So those 4 Porphyrians got absolutely annihilated. And the last one was a bit hurt, and so he got shot up with my other dude.
Yeah, that's cool. And you get some little gaming stories after, and you get to put some medals on the banner. I like that.
Yeah, that was in the War of 1862.
Yep, back in my day.
I was at the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Yeah, little Bighorn Simulator.
Yeah.
Well, Lee, you have a good evening. Is it hot as hell over there right now, or no, or what?
Quite cool now, so that's why I
Okay.
turned it off. It's cool. It's
Oh,
pleasant.
good for you. Good, good, good. It's supposed to be a hot week for us, so we'll see.
Well, you keep yourself hydrated, and
Yeah, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll try to stop in on your Saturday show. Thanks for everyone who joined us. Really appreciate that. And next week, I'll probably do a free paint over day again and ask for a bunch of pictures and stuff. So we'll get that out there. All right, everyone, have a good day.